Hi everybody, and welcome to Family Sociology. I'm going to walk you through some of the key steps in this assignment. Now, this assignment has been done several times in this class, and I've had a lot of feedback that they really do like this assignment because it really gives them a good insight into poverty. So there will be a bunch of resources for you in the syllabus, assignment, and journal folder in the weekly learning based on the syllabus. You'll find assignment journal, an assignment folder, and in that we'll have all these resources. Now let me show you basically what the assignment will be. So if I scroll down to this first page, you can see that the due date is April 1st. Sorry, that's not an April Fool's joke, it's for real. Now, basically, two of the documents that you'll receive in that folder will help you understand about quintils. Now, when statistics and statisticians like Stats Canada gather data, they divide economic data into quintils. 5 quintils at 20% of the population in 1, 20% of the population in 2, all the way up to the 20% of the population in 5. And I've given you the data from Stats Canada from 2016 on household expenses and household income for each of those groups. However, for this assignment, you're only going to be paying attention to quintil 1. That just means you're in the lowest quintil of the 5 quintils, but I've provided you with the others so you can see by comparison how does the quintil 1 group deal with things compared to quintil 3, 4, and 5, for example. Now, what you're going to do with your group is you're going to create 4 weeks of a menu plan for your family. Now, in your resource package will be a case study of Bill and Ann and their 2 children. And you need to stick with the case study, follow the guidelines that are listed in your Canada's Food Guide and the budget sheets, and don't deviate, please. And then you're going to create these menus. Now, if you notice in the area where it says what gets done and handed in, there's a group contract that will be posted for you in a wiki. Now, that wiki will have 4 people in it, maybe 5 or maybe 3. It depends on our class, and I'm putting you in groups according to your program, so that might be easier to get together or in some way communicate with one another. So the group contract, that will also be in that resource file, so you can read that and fill it out for each of you. Now, the contract is basically saying what's the best way for each of us to be in touch with one another, the most reliable way to add that information there, and when are you meeting. Put some specific dates and times to get together, whether that's online or in person. It really depends. Please, I know that this is a tough time to get together, so please be safe. If online can be done, and it can be, this has been done the last 2 years online and everyone's done very well, please do so. So complete that group contract and hand it in signed to me by February 4th. You can post that in your file exchange. Now, some of these terms that I'm using that are applied to Blackboard will be easier to understand if you watch the orientation video that's in the first assignment. In that video, I walk through where everything is for the course that we're taking, okay? So one of the conditions when you make this menu and you're going to visit stores, or if you want, you can use flyers that come to your house or your home, and or apps, but only visit 2 grocery stores, not more. Because you have to remember, you're working in a quintil 1 group with a family with a lower income than maybe you're familiar with, or maybe an income you are familiar with. You cannot drive all over the place to get the best deals from a half a dozen stores. So only 2 stores. And please make sure, if you can, I mean, I can appreciate it might be difficult, try and get them into the same area of town. So let's carry on. Now, your group is going to get a crisis. Your family is going to come into some crisis. And by week, week 8, March 7th, if you go into that folder, week 8 in the weekly learnings, you'll see the crisis there. So what you need to do with the crisis is once you've got your menus all together and you've thought about how you're going to feed your family with breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 7 days of the week, each member of the group, there'll be 4 of you, do 1 week. If you're in a group of 5, each of you do 1 week. If you're in a group of 3, each of you do 1 week. If you're in a group of 3, 4, or 5, and somebody doesn't do their part, that's where your contract comes into play. Please consider, if somebody doesn't do their work, what's the result for that person and their grade? You guys will decide. If I don't see anything that says anything gets done, then nothing gets done. So please be specific. Now this gets, the crisis will be available for you on March 7th, so include that. You don't need to change your menu. You've completed your menu at that time, I hope, by week 8, and that your planning is now around. So what happens with your menu planning now that this crisis occurs? Now, you don't have to make changes, but you do need to write a summary that includes how you handled the crisis. All right, so you can see there it says a 2-page summary of the experience, the challenges, the shortcomings, and the effect of the crisis. And that is all handed in together. Your group will hand in 1 assignment, put all together into a PDF. So somebody who is handy at this, just gather up all the Word documents, cut and paste them into 1 document, and save it as a PDF and post that. So all the menus, the summaries, and the responses all get into 1 document, and then you post that in your file exchange. Or you can also, if I will post a depository in on April 1st that you can post it in there. Either way is fine with me. All right, and then what follows next here is just the rubrics, how I'm planning on marking. So the more complete you can make it, the more complete your grade will be. The past experience has been that people have done extremely well with this. It's been a fun exercise. It's a little bit of work, yes, but there's a lot learned in this, and actually if you keep on top of it, the activity is not too difficult to do. But please do your best to follow the Canada's Food Guide. It will be difficult. So you may need to make some executive decisions about how you will use the money that your family has. Okay, that's basically the assignment. Now please do make a point of watching the orientation video. That will really help you understand where things are in Blackboard for you to complete this task. Alrighty then. So that's the assignment for Family Sociology. I hope you have good luck with it. Now, you should be able to see the access to your wiki by going to Tools and then look for the wiki that has your name. It should only be 1 wiki for each group of people, so you won't see a whole bunch of them. All right, so I hope that's helpful for you. Good luck, and we'll see you in the videos. Bye now.